Fall Wreath makers on TikTok, Fall Centerpiece. Welcome in. I'm just here trying to get some more people on the live. I'm just sending this out. Welcome in, welcome in. I am just sending these invites out. See if I can get some more people to come in on the live. Come on in, come on in. Welcome in, welcome in. We're going to be making, we're going to start fall centerpiece today. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome in. We're going to start making, let me get this down so I can see you guys. We're going to start creating fall centerpiece today. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me bring this up a little bit. Hold on a second, guys. I'm literally here trying to get something up and running. I think that looks good. All right, welcome in. I've got some wreaths I need to go ahead and start. One of them is what I mentioned yesterday, was the centerpiece. But let me get this up so I can see you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and. All right, you guys can see me. I can see you now. It takes a little while to get started sometimes. It really does. It really does take a while. But I can see you guys now. Let me put on some music so we can go ahead and also be able to understand it a little bit better. Not that loud. Not that loud. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start basting these. So what I have is just a regular frame that I got from the 8 store. And I cut up the pieces of mesh already that I'm going to be using. It is got 2 rings. So I got an outer and one above. So I'll be going ahead and starting to, since I already cut the mesh, go ahead and start putting the mesh in there. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome in. Hi, pretty girl. Welcome in. Welcome. I love that name, pretty girl. Can't tell me nothing. I love that name. Reminds me of what I used to call my daughter. She was baby girl. I still call her baby girl, even though she's in her 30s. Welcome in. How was your day today? We're going to go ahead and base this. I've got the mesh already cut, and we're going to take it from there. So I'm going to start with the outer ring and get that all down. And then we're going to go ahead and base the next one. So what I have here is good. Thank you so much for the daily heart me. I appreciate it. This is 20 inches that of mesh, and I cut them all 3 at the same time. You see them stick together. But I'm not putting them on there together. I'm literally just gonna roll them. I'm gonna start with good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? So I'm just basting this outer ring, and literally it's just literally you can see I'm just taking it, putting it in here, pushing it all the way to the bottom. Then I'm doing a twist, right? Make sure I've learned the hard way, guys, where sometimes I literally um I have too much mesh when I've done my my items. So I'm having to learn to put them in strategically so I don't have that problem, right? So you see me, I'm just going every other one. It's not wise to put every one. Got something here to cut. It's just not. I am good. Today was better than yesterday. I got a bunch of meetings removed from my shelves from my day, so I was happy. So I'm just literally taking it after I'm twisting it and making sure that it's literally halfway. It's not all the way out here, which they do, right? They do come all the way out there. Just pull it back, right? Make sure you don't have too much mesh. Because let me tell you, I am very good at putting too much mesh. And guess what? When you go to put your items out there, guess what you get? Yep. You end up like, how am I going to? It becomes a more expensive wreath. Hold up, let me know this now. It becomes a more expensive wreath because you don't put so much mesh. Now you gotta try and cover it up. I know not everybody worry about covering up their mesh, but I try. It don't always work out, and I've accepted that. One of these days, I'm gonna buy just about everything in the store, so I could cover it all the way up. But it's not cheap when you have a wreath and you need to go ahead and cover up all the mesh. It's not a cheap task. Like, so I'm making sure, and I'm just gonna go around, and I'm going around. I have what I mentioned to you guys yesterday. This we're gonna base that next. I have the centerpiece over there. We're gonna start that next. As soon as I'm done, this shouldn't take about 5-10 minutes. But I have to get this. It's been literally sitting there, and I need to go ahead and say, look, I gotta get it. I gotta go ahead and get it started. So today, I don't know if you guys are on no Petals and Plume. It used to be a group I was in, and I say was, nothing's wrong with it, absolutely nothing. But I was thinking of doing attachments. Yeah, I was thinking of doing everything. I was gonna do everything. Yeah, it didn't work out. Attachments need more attention than I can give it. So I made one attachment, and I stayed in the group for about 6 months. And they are talented, all of the things that come out of that group, those attachments, the wolf. I made the watermelon, just talent. So today they had they're in Augusta, Georgia, and they have a retreat going on. So what I did, I bought the virtual ticket. And John Mark was there, and he was talking about his story, which it was really good to hear of how he got started. Similar to what I used to do was craft shows. And that's what he does is craft. He started with craft shows, and then people started liking what he did, and they asked him to do someone's wedding, and then he just kept on going from there. But he said the reason why he chose India for his ribbon was because he did a mission trip to India, and he saw how different the culture was, and he saw he didn't know which plant to go to. But there was different people there, and they just telling him about different manufacturing companies, and that's how he found the current place that does his ribbon. So it was great to hear um, his inspirational story. That he was like, look, he said, I started young. You know, his parents. He said he did shows. His first craft show, he sold out, and had to go back home that night and work hard to get more product for the next day. So I used to do craft shows. I did craft shows. Mm, look, 3 weekends out of the month, I was on the road doing craft shows. It's not an easy life. I used to go California, Wisconsin, Oregon. I've gone, name it, I have gone to it on a craft show. Um, that's when I was doing my knitting at the time. So I understand what he was saying. And from there, he opened his shop, um, my shop, and then I started going doing craft shows. So he was the first presenter this morning. He did a over the top wreath, and it was good to just see him in his element doing the over the top wreath. And then he was helping others do the wreath. So far it's been good. Today is day two. I just have video on the welcome, which is fine. But they did the virtual ticket, and the virtual ticket was really good. So then, because this is an attachment group, the next can't remember their names. Wait a minute, wait a second. They're right here. I have the agenda right here. Lauren, personally yours by Wendy. So they're making a like a cake attachment, and so it was good to see all of the talent that they have put into it. They were showing why they do certain things, the rhinestones and everything that go into their attachments, and why their attachments are different than others. You got to see the whole room. It's a pretty big retreat, like really big. So they're doing really well. On to a retreat in years, but I'm going to one in September um, at B&B. So I'm looking forward to it. This is like my second or third retreat I've looked at. Bought the first, I can see what else others are doing. Um, this one again is mainly based on attachments, and then afterwards there was um, another lady. That lady was making, what was that one she was doing? She was doing a wreath. So that is Bam Wreaths, which is a group that I also follow, and she was doing wreaths. She was making wreaths there today. It's a huge production going on because they got like cameraman following them, close ups. I was like, wow. I've never seen anyone. The others that I did virtually was not not the production like this one. This one is, whew. And they got it's a Christmas meets fall is the theme, and they have like everything is dressed up in poinsettias, and it's just amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whoever did the decor and everything, I haven't been to Augusta since I left the military, so it's like, whoo, that would have been a good trip. But then I can't do two in 1 year. They're not cheap, guys. They are really not cheap. I bought the virtual ticket. That was, just to be able to watch. And they gave us Um, you can see what else is going on. Hold on one second. I got something on my screen here. The TikTok. Tick. Yeah, so it would be great if I could have gone to that one. But there's another one I want to go to, and actually is with one of the speakers that's there. Bam Bam. She has a great one, but it's in October, and it's um, right after coming back, because that one is like the 24th or something in Texas. The one here in Lakeland, like I could drive to, just maybe 2 hours, easy drive. Um, but the one in Texas is oof, not going to be cheap because you got to pay for airfare and you got making takes. How you getting them making takes back home? So even if it's on the weekend, you got to stay back the next day to get it shipped. But I'm thinking I'm going to do hers next year. So we shall see. But other than that, that retreat looks like it's gonna be when they leave, they're leaving. Well, he made some huge bows today, like huge. And then they're making like they have so many make and takes, and it started yesterday. The one I'm going to in September, it starts on Thursday night. So this one's a little bit longer. But there's time to go shop at B&B, so I should be good. Hold on, I got a tag down here. I don't know what this is. All right, let's go ahead and finish this because I got to get this done. I'm like, this thing's been sitting there for so long. But what I'm hoping is that I'll be able to go live uh, from that retreat, or at least show some behind the scenes things. We'll see what they allow me to do. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We'll see what they allow me to do. See? So what we want is a full base Max retreat. Ooh, Max has a retreat. What? I have a sign. I don't see it. I have a sign I'm going to use with this one. After I put everything on there in the middle, I'm going to just put a sign. But I don't know where. I don't know. Max. No, when is Max's retreat? Max was actually there. He got a prize. Yeah, I saw him. He got a prize. I don't know when his retreat. I didn't know he had a retreat too. Oof. I know I watched some of his lives, but I didn't know he had a retreat also. September. Ooh, everybody. Yeah, B&B own is September 18th. Yeah, it's from Thursday to Saturday. That's theirs. So it's like, yeesh. Yo, these retreats are not for the faint of heart. I'm telling you, they're not for the faint of the heart. They are wonderful. I would love to go to all of them, but I gotta take vacation days for some. Like I gotta take a vacation day to go to a B&B because Friday and Saturday is when most of the things are happening. I gotta take vacation day. And then September, yeah. I can't do two in September. I'm gonna try. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what I come back with from from the retreats. I'm really excited because there are so many. Like I would love to. I went to the market in Atlanta, but John Mark wasn't in his booth when I went. Because his ribbons and bows are so interesting. Those bows, like I can't hold it in my hand like he does, but I like the concept of just huge, stand on their own. Yes, yeah, I love that. Good afternoon, Miss Lady. Miss, yeah, yeah. By the time you, by the time you add up, so I know, um, Bam Bam. When I looked at it, it's like 1K in coins, right? I understand. I understand. They got a business to run. Just I can't do two in 1 year. Cause this one with B&B, that one was 900 coins. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good for a little while. So I'm gonna do this, and then in the middle, I'm just going to just put a. I'm gonna squeeze it in after I finish this, and just put a small runner of like I probably put white or green in the middle, or maybe pink, just so I can hold the sign. How you like my shirt? I make it myself, so I have a DTF machine, and I go out there and I make my shirt. And I was like, I thought I had my other shirts, and I was like, I don't see my shirt. I'm gonna wear this one. They are on in the bio if you want. If you're interested in any of them. Any of them you see me wearing. So you see me pulling, because guys, let me tell you, I have done wreaths where I had so much mesh on the sides. And I'm like, what am I gonna do with all of this mesh? I love it. It's like, let me tell you, Ribbon Society is look. I was looking at somebody was live on TikTok, white something, and they were giving away ribbon, and I was like, man, I was like, I can't do the poll and do, hey, Miss Lizer, thank you for the shears. I can't do the polls and everything because they were like giving away ribbon for every if you put your name in there. I didn't even know how it worked. I came in on the back end of it and I was like, that's a cool idea. Yeah, me and ribbon. Ooh, ribbon is not cheap. I actually called today for some ribbon I had on back order. I'm like, is it in there? Like, yeah, we got this one, we got this one. I was like, that's not enough to pay for shipping. I'm just gonna leave it right there for a little while. You can keep it. I just left it there. Ribbon is not cheap. Like good ribbon, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like good ribbon, it'll cost you. You look at the price of ribbon, you could go out to dinner. You can go to dinner and a movie sometimes with just one roll of ribbon. Even at the W price, it is still not cheap. The dinner, it is out there. I got a little bit more, and then we're gonna start this centerpiece. But I'm telling you guys, I had this sitting here for too long. I was like, yeah, I gotta do something. I'm just gonna do the runner down the middle, close that in so I'll have some support for the sign. But the sign is gonna be actually it's a wooden sign. So It will be just fine. At least it's not raining here today. It rained so bad yesterday on the live. I'm surprised we made it through the whole live, guys. It is that type of summer. Hot, hot, hot during the day. That's not at all, man. I don't know. Like I seen some of these, like the jewels. I love the jewels in in the wreaths, right? Like B&B had some jewels, and I was like, there was so many jewels in the wreath, and I know how much the ribbon alone costs. I don't even know what they sell the what if the wreath's up there for sale, but it was. I was like, I know that's not cheap. I get so because. Huh, thank you. Hey, good afternoon, Granny. Welcome in. I was just talking about the virtual retreat that I was watching today. That's going on with Petals and Plumes. They have a virtual retreat, and thank you for all the hearts. The more hearts I get, the more people get to come in the room, have some fun. I'm about to finish this. Um, they have a retreat going on, and John Mark told his story of how he started. Um, he didn't start in wreaths. He just started literally doing different decorations. It was funny. He said his mom's and his grandma also still makes wreaths, door hangers. He said they started, and he's like, I think it's just part of my genes. And he said when they had parties, he would hang them all around the house and just have and put the price on there. And that's how he just literally started. He said he went on a missionary trip to India and was really fascinated by India, and that's why his ribbon is from the manufacturer in India. But he's after hearing his story and how he got started and why he makes his ribbon so firm and sturdy. Um, he said this lady got him started. His her daughter was getting married, and they had like a Christmas theme, and it was the weekend after New Year's, and they had like a ice Christmas theme, and that was his first wedding. And it's nothing but word of mouth, and he did craft shows. He said his first craft show he sold out, and he's just been doing that, doing so much since. So very nice guy. I actually liked hearing his backstory. I actually like hearing people's backstory because you see sometimes like you see him and he's always on there smiling and putting all of his big ribbons on display, or he's showing off something in the shop, but you don't know where he started. And today I got to hear it. It's like, yeah, I like this young man. And when he said his first shop, because he got a shop after getting doing shows. His first brick and mortar shop was not in a very good neighborhood, but he knew where he wanted to go. He has a degree in business management, so he knows the hard side. He said, but let me tell you, I can't do it all by myself. He said, I depend so much on the people that is in my office and that I trust. He said, because you can't do business and expect to grow without people you trust. And that's the hard part. And guys, I'm not lying to you. That is such a hard part. I live here, and it's like every day there is somebody doing something. This lady down the street at the church, she embezzled like, what was that? For 7 years, she embezzles over 600,000. Exactly. It's so hard to trust people. He said he's so grateful that he met trustworthy people. This lady was at a church. She embezzled. Yeah. This other lady, she was a bookkeeper, and she put her husband as an employee, even though he never worked there. And they took 1.4 million. That was a couple months ago. And then today, on the news. There was a lady, they literally went and got her $7 million she embezzled from the company. So it's like, ooh, how do you get people to trust? So he was talking about that you can't grow without people. And he's fortunate that he found people that he trusts. His mom and his dad, actually, he said he couldn't even drive to um his first craft show. His mom and his dad actually drove him and picked him up. And I was like, he had the support. Let me tell you, when I started doing crafts, my family was like, what are you doing? And why are you wasting time on this? But my grandmother, who's the one got me into really crafting, she knew why I was doing it. Just to distract you from what's going on. You feel so proud. Like I used to make the little doilies for your uh right there on your centerpieces, right? It was doilies I would make. And she showed me just so many years after she passed, her doilies were still on display um, in the house. So I was like, you know what? This crafting thing ain't too bad. So we're on the last two. I'm going to, I still have a ring in the middle. So for that one there, because I'm going to close it in, I'm going to smush it like this. Afterwards, I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit of mesh there. Not much, just some poofs and keep it moving. All right, we're doing this last row and then we're going to go on, start the centerpiece. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, like the $1.1 million lady, she was like, we'll put it back. Put back? How do you put back? And it was really stupid how she got caught. The first lady with the church, their bank statement showed differently. The second lady, an external auditor came in because they wanted to get the business appraised, and they were like they couldn't understand how they were doing so many jobs, yet um, money was missed. Yet the business was still struggling. Well, it was her. She took her and her husband on the payroll. They picked both of them up. I don't know if the husband knew what she was doing, but she had all his information there as an employee. So I don't know. They'll figure all of that out. But I like the first lady who stole from the church. I was like, lady, the church? All right, that one's done. I'll run some more. All right, I'll run some more mesh through this. All right, this is, well, I thought this was my centerpiece. No, this is a teardrop pine. Guys, hold on one second. This is a, well, I don't know. This is not what I want. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So you can see the difference between this and this. Like, this is actually a teardrop swag. I'm not ready for this yet. I didn't even look at it, but this is what we got. And this This is a doll swag, right? But it's smaller. So by the time I put right here in the center, after I base it, it's not going to take too much mesh, right? See, laid really nice down. So I'm just going to go put this right here. Let's go ahead and get this in the middle. One thing about this, so I bought this, but I haven't sold it. Not this one. I have others that I've used because I think it's so small. Like if I put this in my centerpiece for my dining table, I want it to be big, right? So I've just been using it. It's not much left. So I've been using it. Actually, it's what's up there in that bow up there. So for this one, I'm just going to it's 20 inches. I'm not gonna do maybe, but I'll do 4 pieces and then we'll go from there. I don't want to cut too much of this because I'm not using. I think I did this. No, I didn't. I did it right. It's just not moving. There we go. The bottom one is sticking because it's got some glitter on it. All right, let's go ahead and cut this. So I'm gonna cut 4 pieces of this. You can still see. Guys, I have not gone back to the roly. I use the burner. I fell in love with the burner, and I'm not changing. Not until something goes wrong to tell me. So I'll put it on. Yep. So I love this burner. Like it is so, and it's not 100% fray free. It does have some, but it's not as the same amount as when you do the scissors. It is a drastic difference in the amount of fraying that you see. Thank you for the heart, Migs. Welcome, welcome. Um, it's like a drastic difference between the burn and the scissors. All right. So I'm sticking right here. I know they're not as durable as the scissors, but I'm finding scissors go dull. Now I'm like a scissors queen, collecting scissors all over. Good afternoon, Michelle. Welcome in. Welcome to the live. We're just starting up our Christmas. Fall. I'm back to fall. I did that one Christmas yesterday and I need to post it. I'm back to fall. Make some fall stuff. So I'm making, last time for summer, I made the centerpieces. I made the ones on the stick, right? This time I'm making one that's gonna lay in the middle of my table. And I'm using it because that one there, I just don't like the quality. And it's much smaller than the big one that I would like to create. So you guys are watching me create something for the fall. I've got quite a bit left to create. I've got more wreaths. I've got more ribbon on the way besides the one I just told you about. And so I thought yesterday when I was telling you guys, I got 2 pumpkins left. Nope, I had 6 pumpkins left. And plus I got these pumpkins too. So I gotta make something with them for the fall. So I may throw one of those. Let me see. Let's see. If I throw one of these together and one of these together, what it do? It's difference in size. Because Good afternoon. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the daily heart me's. Tap the screen if you like what you're seeing. We're just going to start with 4 and go from there. So what I'm going to do here is literally the same thing. Just the coils. I'm not doing any poof. All right, that's 4. I'm trying to see something fell. If you like my shirt, it's in the bio. You can get it. All of us are ribbon addicts. All right, so this is literally my goal is to open it as much as I can. As I already said, it's not big, right? So what you do is open it, make sure all, and when I say every single tip is visible to you, so we can go ahead and get, because what I'm going to do is put this one right here. So I can do just one. I took 2 down, but this one looks just fine with just 1. And this will take over. Let's see what it looks like with 2. I think 1 might be enough. What do you guys think? 1 or 2? That's 1, and that's 2. What do you think? 1? Yeah. I'm thinking 1, yeah. It just seems better off with 1. All right, let's put this on there. So I'm doing the same thing I was just doing, like literally folding this in. And as I told you, I've got some pumpkins. I've got some other things that I'm just going to be I'm not sure if I'm going to put anything in the center, if I'm going to do it or not, because if I put it in the center, what am I going to have left? Let's see. So what it has in there is some short tips, and then it's got some long ones. So I want to make sure and do a nice. And in this case, I don't care if the mesh shows. It's a runner, right? A centerpiece. So if it shows, it shows. So I'm going to come down the sides. I may run some down the side just so, because look at this. You see the glitter? Just adds more to it, right? I'm going to stop in the middle and see if I want to just glue the pumpkin on there. Or if I want to put, let's come from this end now. So I'm just rolling it in. It rolls on its own. This one is more, this mesh that I have here, it's more of a, like a fabric mesh. It's kind of more, has got more woven than the others, but it works out really well. See, I didn't need that much mesh, but I'm gonna come down the sides. Looks like I can do some rows down the sides, a couple rows. Well, let's see, because I do have flowers and I've got pumpkins and all the stuff that I want to put into this. It's gonna be huge by the time I'm done. I have seen people that have like literally zip tied two together, but for me, my table isn't that long. Like I don't have the entire leaf on there, so I don't want it to be that long. But you can. So this, I could have cut this, put another one on here, and made it longer. I don't need it to be that long. So note that you can do that, or with the swag. So as you can see, it's like a comes down like a long triangle, right? You could literally zip tie two swags together and have a long runner. I call it a runner, just that's the way, a long centerpiece, or make it a long window. Um, so I'm just gonna make mine short. So I push it in just to give it some fluff, some body, so I don't have to be messing with it much after I'm finished putting this mesh in. And then when I put the flowers in between it, you can still see. Because I really do want, in this case, I do want the mesh to still show. Because guess what? It's pretty. I had someone on here earlier that's calling, it's not on here. Yeah, it's called Miss Pretty. It was Miss Pretty Lady. I was like, that's a really name. Really good name. That was her handle. All right, so we've got, hold up, my music stopped. We've got 3 on 3 on each side. I've got this here, like I can cut it because really and truly, what's the purpose, right? But I can put some, I got room right here, I can put some more mesh. But this has no purpose, right? Or I could literally, well, let's try it. So I like experimenting. If you've been with me for a while, I like to experiment. Let's see what this will do. If you don't like it, you can take it out, right? It's very easy to come out. I have literally 2 tips here. I can put this one here and tie this off. And what it'll do, the mesh is now the beginning of my centerpiece, right? I'm going to put flowers, but I don't know if I'll end up with flowers all the way at the end there. Let me push this in. All right. Thank you for the daily heart. I appreciate it. All right, we got one more. Let's see if this will work. Thank you, Miss Granny. I appreciate you. The hearts and the heart me's bring more people and more people to view. Guys, this month will only be, I went live for the first time on May 19th. I was scared. I was so scared. No, didn't say, I didn't have nobody in my room for a long time, even probably my second and third day. Because I was still, when I first started doing TikTok lives, guys, I only had 200 and something followers, and they were DTF followers. I had some wreath makers, but I only had 200 and something. I didn't have that many followers. It doesn't look too bad. I might do the same thing over here. Yeah, I only had, looks like I need one more. I only had 200 and something followers when I started going live for the first time. And even though there was no one here, I went into other rooms before, way before. I was watching others for a while, seeing what they were doing and the different things I needed to press, and um, just to get myself acclimated before I started. Did the research, woke up early, woke up late to see what other tidbits I can get. But it's not easy going live. You got to prep before. Like, I come in, I got to turn on all these lights because it's dark. It's supposed to rain, so it's dark outside. You got to come in and do all of this. Make sure all of your items are together. And don't pull out like the wrong thing like I did just now, but it wasn't my fault. It looked alike. But there's a lot of prep work. And when I first started, I didn't the people that I was watching wasn't wreath makers. So, and the ones that I did get for wreath makers, they weren't talking about what goes on behind the scenes before we even start, right? There's a whole bunch going on behind the scene before we even start. So I'm grateful for the people who have stuck around, come back day to day, send the heart me's, give me the likes. I'm so grateful for you guys every day. Because I'm telling you, some days it's like, woo, how did I do that? But I made it. That's all I gotta say. I made it. Another thing I learned before I started going live, like TikTok, if you go live for less than, not like the other platforms don't care. But like TikTok, if you go less than 61 minutes, it don't even count. It don't even count as going live. They want you to stay. Like, I remember one time I was on live and they were like, stay longer, stay longer. They want you to go live. They want you to spread the word about their platform and the product. So if you ever want to go live, know that it's not something that just happens easily. It happens, it literally, it starts out, it looks easy. It does. It looks easy right now. But trust me, before you got here, I was doing everything except for my swag. I was doing everything to make sure I had all of this together. See, I had my mesh out, everything. And as you do more, you do get better. And you sometimes there's nobody in the room. You just talk. You still keep talking. They want you to talk. Um, and then TikTok algorithm, picks up and brings people, and then people join. They may not want to, can't stay. So you just take it with the ups and downs. It's not a magic. It's literally not magic. But I love it. I love getting to meet you guys and talking to you guys. Um, because look, I work from home. If I don't come on here and talk to you guys, I got my Sam, and he'll listen to anything I say. He's my bodyguard. I have a miniature schnauzer, and he is my bodyguard. So I took that out because I put an orange there, so I'm just balancing it. I don't think I need any more. Let's go ahead and put this. So I'm laying all of these tips down because I'm going to go ahead and push different. You're going to see me push a bunch of sprays and pumpkins and stuff in here now. So this is just the base. And if I leave it just like this with the pumpkin, I would be satisfied, but it's not going to stay like that. I got to get more bling and more bling and more bling. Actually, you're seeing some of it right behind me. I've got this, I've got these, I've got this, I've got that. I got a bunch of stuff. And then the black, don't even talk about the black. The black is like, I got so much black ribbon. Y'all saw in my inventory video of how much black ribbon. I don't know how I end up with so much black ribbon, but I got so much black ribbon and I got so much black stuff. You don't even want to know. I'm just laying these down here. So I'm going to put the pumpkin right here. And I've seen some videos and I love them. Let me say, they have, you take one of these. Do you remember I showed it to you yesterday? It's a floral pick. You could stick it in here and then stick it through. But mine is my good afternoon. Welcome everyone. But mine in the middle here, if you can see my finger, it's not very thick, right? If you look at this is very, very thick. I have the spine is thick, like that's the spine, right? This spine is not. It really isn't. You can see my finger here. That's it. So I don't want to do that with this. But if you use, these are all styrofoam pumpkins. I've been seeing so many beautiful pumpkins on people's feed and lives. This is, so I'm just going to literally just sit it there and I'm going to glue it down and let it sit there for a minute while I glue. So I have to tell you, I told you guys that I was watching a marathon of some, I forgot who it was, but while watching that marathon, I learned about lowering down my glue gun. I know who it was. Sweet something. Anyway, I learned about having, too much. So guess what? Lowering down my glue gun has been the best thing since sliced bread. I have been able to actually touch the glue. I haven't gotten burned anymore. But I'm grateful. I'm like so grateful. So let's see if this thing decides to do what it do. Sometimes it takes its sweet time to come out. It is on. All right, that one don't want to work today. So I have this one. I'll just turn it on. I don't know why this one isn't working. It's not. That's why I have so many glue guns, because like they got their own personalities. But I got this pink one. This one should work for a little while. Hold on a second. This one is got a smaller tip. I use it for closer areas, but that one ain't coming out. That one has a personality problem. Every time I change the stick, so it is what it is. We just gonna use this one. Guys, I feel so grateful just to be able to touch this glue. It's just a string. So I put a lot of glue on it because I, don't want it to go ahead and mess up. And you try to keep it so it does not spill over onto the sides, because I really don't want the sides. So one of the things I also do is sometimes you look at these things, they have dents or they have issues. I think I want some more glue. They have dents or issues. Just literally turn it around to be the best side. But guess what? This is the centerpiece. I'm going to be able to see all the different sides. So I chose these two. And I always look at the product before I put it in there, because you want to do nothing but the best. So I'm just going to stick it down in there. I don't want the mesh to touch it in any way. So I'm just sitting it right here for a little while. Let that stay. And then I'm going to go around it on the sides here. You see, I can push some stuff in. But right now, I'm just going around it so I can put some more glue. Now, see, this one's up and ready to go. So this one has been a very interesting one, guys. Oh my gosh. It's not light. It's very heavy. But sometimes it's just no glue wants to come out. So I'm just going around it and putting some more glue. Where it's touching the face. All right. Hurry up, Bunga. All right. So now I want to put a bow on it. Um, but like I said, I've got some other things. So I'm going to run. So I love these. You guys know they're from the H store, and I'm just gonna start sticking them in around to start building up on each side. So whatever I do on one side, I'm gonna make sure and do on the other side. That's just the motto. Also, when you go in to the store, make sure and buy odd. I was actually looking a few years ago for some items to make a wreath, and one of the guy that was in there, he was like, "Why don't you let me make it for you? I can be finished in like 5 minutes." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna make it myself." And he was like, "Yeah, I can just do it. Just pick the color you want, and I'm just gonna pick everything else." No, I'm good. I'll do it myself. And what he said to me, always buy in an odd. So when I go, I buy in odd, right? The odd number. Oh, I usually buy in threes because that's usually the size of the wreaths I'm doing. It's usually end up in threes. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find my other. I see cutter. So I'm gonna start off with these and start putting them up here near. Just starts. So I'm sticking everything into the spine, right? Nothing is just gonna stand up. So see how that's going, and then I'll start building up around. So this is just gonna go. But I also want to do a bow. So let me see how this goes first. Don't rush. Don't rush. Don't rush. So now this one's a little bit different. So let me move it a little bit out. Right? So I don't know if I want to do bows. I might just do some loops. So let's do that. See what it looks like. I gotta get the ribbon. Hold on a second. As I said, it's still a work in progress for me, not remembering things. And today I forgot the ribbon, but I know where it's at. It's right here. So I have, like, this is the other thing when you're designing to think of. I have different shapes, like literally. So that is the same as this, or I have that, which is stripes. But I have this. Yeah, those three between, I think I'm probably just, look at this, right? You guys see, literally, it comes off like that, right? Nothing you can do. It comes off the bottom and the top. It is what it is. So I'm gonna see if I can just do some loops. That's the same as that. This is really thick, so I'm gonna try to do the loops with this. Hold on. Looks like I moved you. All right. Let's do just, it's just some loops, right? So I can leave some tails, long, short, but remember, it's going on a dining room table. I don't want, this is very hard, guys. You don't want the wire to scratch up the table. So I'm not going to leave it very long, right? I'm just going to leave it just a loop. And if I'm going to put it right in between here, either to go off to the side, standing up, falling off the side, let's figure it out, right? So I'm just going to do this. And I'm twisting it because I want, yeah, that's my sides. So I'm going to leave it just, I don't want anything too long. I can do a V cut afterwards. And then I have zip ties. So I bought these long zip ties, guys, because I was tired of just, couldn't find black short ones in the pipe cleaners. So I bought it. So now I can do this. So I'm literally, that's all I'm doing. I wish I could stay up with my hands doing it, but that hand surgery really limits some of the things I can do. I need help with a lot. So this is just a simple loop. This is not going to show. I'm just showing it to you. So I can either put it right here, right in between there. I can also just lay it down, and that'll be it right there. But I think I like it standing up. Same stick. I'm just going to put it back here. I'm not gluing it down yet because I don't know if I want to do this. So I'm just sticking it in. All I did was stick it in the back. I'll glue it down. But you see, it's there. Those are called floral picks. There's short ones. So I have that. I can do that there. But like it's getting hidden between these two. So this is why you see me sometimes I'll be on here and I'm experimenting with you because this is not cheap ribbon and I want it to stand out, right? So do I want to make a bow? Do I even want to use these, right? If I take this out, and stick that in there, do I want to do that? It stands up. It's a very good ribbon. I wanted to show you guys. What I showed you just now was the short ones, but note that there are these also. There's this size also. So like when you're making a centerpiece, you can use these. All right. But I want those hydrangeas. I really do. Maybe if I move them. So this is the fun part. You never know where it's gonna go. You got a picture in your mind, which is what I had, and I'm just gonna. There we go. I think that's better. They went straight into, so I like that better, much better. Now with this, I don't know. That's blocking that. This will make it, you see this? This is something else I can put there. It match. I have the gold. I have the black. I'm not gold. I have the silver. I have the black. But I'm like, that's going to make it, poof. That's going to put it out really, really big. But it will like literally send this to another level. So these are the decisions, right? I told you guys, like literally, when I make centerpieces, wreaths, or whatever, it's too big. I like your feedback. I ask you guys for feedback because literally, like she said, it's too big. But for me, I just saw that the colors blended. So when I'm doing this, I'll be like, I'll put it in there just like I did with this. I put it in there, don't like it, take it back out, move it around. That's why I've seen people do a wreath in an hour, but they've been doing it a while, right? So I can't judge there. For me, I always experimenting with something. I have not done a wreath in an hour. And anyway, all right, so let's get those put in. And every time I put in one color, I like to put in the next. So this is my next one. These are some stems that we're going to come off the sides with. I'm not ready for this ribbon yet. I just don't, it's not feeling me. Maybe this thing won't have a bow. Maybe it won't have a ribbon. Let's see if this works. There we go. It decided to work, guys. I tell you, it has a mind of its own. This is going to be so pretty. And I thank you guys for all the feedback because that's what I like. I like when you guys interact. Tell me what I like. Tell me what you don't like. You guys give me some good ideas. Help me want to stay on this thing a little bit longer. So be able to do this. So I put one on that side. I'm just going to put the other one right here. And I'm trying to get into the spine. You see me pushing and pulling because you put it in the spine. You want to make sure it doesn't move in addition to the glue, that it stays there. Like I love these hydrangeas. I put them in another design that I did and I absolutely loved it. All right. So we did this. Let's see if we can come in with a black. So the black is all glitter. Let me open it. It's nothing but glitter, guys. It's okay. So you can see here, I have these little. So I'm gonna start sticking them in on the sides. I have these pumpkins over there that I'm gonna be putting it on the top, but on the sides I want to put this. Some of these are easy. You can pull it. Some of them you got to cut. Now this is already open. I don't really have to do much. It literally is already open. And what I'm going to do is come to the side here and push it down the side. So if I want, just because, thank you, hey Marisol. So that's like a compliment to it right there. Making it bigger, wider. But I love this black spray. So I'm gonna put some of these all the way around now. And I'm skipping, I don't do all of them close to each other because I'm gonna come in with something that's back there in the orange also. So I always go in between the spine, make sure we get in there. All right. So we're starting. And when you put it in there, it may not be perfect. You gotta fix it, make sure it goes to position that you want it to go. So I want mine to fan out. There we go. So in this case, I don't really, it doesn't bother me if the mesh shows or not, or if the green shows or not. The base don't bother me. So I'm just lifting it up. You see me lifting. I'm getting to the spine, right? Let me see. I'll push this one in. There we go. So you see I left. It's not together. I'm gonna put some orange in between, right? I have these. Oh, this is pretty too. But I have also these. So when you have so many choices, sometimes it's a lot. So I have these that I can stick in between. Let's try. Let's see one. Just one. See how that works. Then I'll know I have enough. So I know I do have enough to be able to put it in between. I like that. You can see it right there. And then there's the ball. So when you're making it, I like different textures. The textures to me just gives it more character, right? So we're gonna keep on going with this. I'm gonna put another one. First let me do this one down. Because I think that's gonna work. I put the different textures. They don't have to be. So if you look at this, I have the glitter texture. I have the mesh, the cloth mesh, and I have glitter in the orange mesh. And then I have the black leaves. So we good. This is doing good. Yeah, this is good. Let's put one more of the, I'm put it coming out from the pumpkin. Sometimes I throw away these little flower things, but these could actually, I can actually just glue this down and stick it in there. I don't throw away much. And that was one thing. Someone had a joke is like, is there anything that a wreath maker throws away? Because it's like we keep everything. We might need this one day. And we might. So we should keep it. All right. It's looking good, guys. It is looking good. But like something like this stem right here, this long piece of metal, it's it's really good like this, but it's glitter. I wouldn't keep this. It'll be going in the trash. I done cleaned up enough glitter in here from yesterday. I didn't realize how much glitter that red one had that we did yesterday. All right. Sometimes you can pull it, sometimes not. Yeah, this one's not gonna make it because it leaves black glitter. There we go. All right. And you can see everything sticking because I'm literally just turning it to the side. You know why I'm turning it to the side? Because I want to get to that. I call it the brain, the heart. I want it to get straight down there. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's do another one of these. These I will keep. I have a bag, but it looks like a bag. This is like a, I don't know. I put everything in there. It's like one day I'm going to get back to that. Yeah, I don't know if I ever will. Eventually I'm going to throw it out. Good evening. Welcome in. So guys, see you guys see my ribbon addiction t-shirt. If you ever want any of those, I got, just go to my bio. They're all there. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just alternating with red and the orange and black. Just alternating. So the pumpkins and everything else that's gonna go on the top. I have these small pumpkins, but I've got some what I call glamorous pumpkins I got from the H store over there. Definitely gonna put them on the top. All right. Now I'm just pushing down the mesh because I want to make sure that I get again. I keep saying this, but I have to really keep saying it because sometimes people forget. If this gets moved, somebody goes, you know, it's time for Thanksgiving dinner, and it's there, and next minute they pick it up, and all of my goodies fall off, which is not what I want. So I'm making sure I push it in. Right there. We got some glam, right? So I'm going to show you. Thank you. It's a the Harlequin pumpkin. I'm I've got some of these which I don't think I'm going to use, but I don't think I'm going to use any of the white ones, but I'm definitely going to use some. But I might also put some other thing on the top. So now you've seen the side. So now I need something to put right here. These pumpkins are small. They can go on the side or whatever, but I need something to go right here. So either I go back and put some more of these, which is not what I want to do. But I do have this. Let's see if I have another one. Yep. So it's two different shades of orange, right? Put it right there, and then I can stack my. So this is how I do it. Try to have everything on hand so I can make some choices, ask you guys some questions. Oh, it's in my bio. TikTok don't allow us to say certain things. So if you just click my bio, you can. And I put this right here, and then I'm gonna continue, and then I'm gonna stack these pumpkins, the blackened ones, all around it, just on the side. So anyone's coming to see a Thanksgiving dinner, right? They have a full view. What they're seeing on this side, they also see on this side. Again, this one is made. My table is for 6. So if you want like another one that's longer, that's easy to do, right? I showed you guys how to do it and how others have done it. So literally, I don't think I'm gonna need ribbon in this. Like I like it without the ribbon. I like the flowers. I like what's going on here. Put some more of these around. I like what's going on. I like what's going on. Sometimes you want ribbon, right? I've seen many with ribbon, mesh and ribbon, but like because I want this to be the focal point, I don't want to put. I tried that. I just don't like that. And if I make a big bow, that's gonna be even worse. So we just gonna keep on moving. And when I'm finished, sometimes, guys, I have like everything out, and I'm okay with that because I found my creative bone, and it'll allow me to make some choices on the fly. Um, I like to be able to do that if I see something different than what I had in mind. Because what I do is I fill the basket and I put everything I think I'm gonna get. And then when I get up here and it don't look right, or I test it out and I say, nah, I got something better. And that's the creative process, the creative mindset. Because even when I do my art, I do abstract art. Um, Even when I do my abstract art, I go in there, I get all the paint and everything I think I'm gonna do. Abstract art, I do so many different textures. I love the texture in abstract art. And then you get to it and it's like, nope, don't like this. And I get rid of it immediately. Go find something else to do. Because there's always another project, always. So I'm sticking this again all the way down, all the way in. There we go. I try to put it in there first, find it. I have an angle before I glue it down. Or sometimes I'll go through the whole thing and don't glue it down until I get off live. All right, guys. That's all I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. So that means you gotta come back and see me. We're gonna put the pumpkins on. We're gonna put the different shades of orange, and we're gonna finish this up. I'm gonna see if I have a black flower. I do have black. Oh, I do. Wait a minute. Hold up. I do. I just remembered. I have. Ah, yep. I got some. So I got this, and I got black roses. So we can literally bunch this together, create a nice bundle, and put it right here. Like, so it won't be alone. It'll have some black in it. We'll do that tomorrow. You see how the creative juices flowing with your help. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm gonna go get me some dinner, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll finish this.